Alright folks, today's Tuesday for me, Tuesday morning, and this is the soap of the day, FuzzyFace Soaps, Spearmint. Comes in a metal tin, and yep, about 3.4 ounces about what's in the container. That's what the soap looks like. I've already scooped some out of there, and it's a pretty soft soap right there. And yes, it smells just like double mint. It is. It could pass as the gum. Smells really nice. It's going to be a nice cool shave today. And I got it whipped up here in the Distinctive Goats wooden bowl here. This one here is walnut and cherry wood. Whipped up here with the Vie Long Horse hairbrush. And that's what it looks like on the inside. These grooves are not in a circle but in a spiral going down to the bottom of the bowl. And probably will have to send Roger a message. Go to his Etsy website. I've got a link down below for FuzzyFace Soaps and for Distinctive Goat. Let Roger know if you're interested in a wooden bowl. I'm not sure if he's going to have any more made or not, but it's pretty nice bowls. Also got the alum block complete with rubber band. Humphrey's Witch Hazel, lilac scented. Going to follow up with Duke Cannon, the aftershave balm, ice cold, and got this at a local grocery store. It's called Reese's here, and it's just a small chain. That's where I found it. Just walking through, saw it, grabbed it. Sounded like it'd be pretty good to go with the Spearmint soap. I've had this soap for a moment, so I've been anxiously awaiting the right moment to bring it in. I'm going to be shaving with the Parthenon Adjustable shaver here, and the blade of the day, I'm going to try a Derby Premium, and I'm going to be using the settings of, we're going to start with 5, 3, and then I'm going to 1 for the last pass. It comes in a box like this. This is a collaboration between Q-Shave and Weishi, and mine came with a tin like this that has 50 feather blades in there. So $50, get feather blades. I'll use them. These will last a good long while for me. I just don't know about using it in this shaver. I've been thinking what I might do is tomorrow when I shave, the settings are 5, 3, and 1 today, and tomorrow I'm thinking maybe 3, 2, and 1 with a feather blade, and see how that works for me. I know when I was, my very first shave I did off camera, started out with the setting 9. Boy, that's really aggressive with the feather blade. Very close though. I mean, there was no hair left when I got done with that shave. That was a BBS shave without even trying. I've already put a hot towel to the face, and I'm going to go ahead and get the cube going here for a pre-shave. I have been kind of looking forward to find out how the Derby blade might pan out working this with the lower setting. Figure 5 is still going to be pretty aggressive. If you're got one coming to you and you're concerned about the settings and whatnot, I would start with the 3. I would start with 3. You really need to, unless you're used to, like I shave with a shavette, and on occasion a straight razor is used to that kind of shave, I would start with a lower setting. Maybe, you know, just start down small and work with it, because in my opinion, this is the most aggressive adjustable shaver that I've got. I have this sitting out, if you're wondering. They came out with, matter of fact, I think on Douglas's website, there's they got a plastic, I guess you might call it a pad, a pad for the cube. Excuse me. I have a sitting in this right here. This is put on top of a vegetable can, so you can pour out all the liquid and keep the vegetables in the can. That's what I've been setting mine in, if you're wondering. I don't have the pad. Been thinking about getting it though. It's pretty cool. I like the idea. Really kind of anxious for it to the next few shaves, trying to figure out if there's a, can I find the right combination in between blades and settings to get just a smooth, comfortable shave. I'm not looking for a BBS by any means, because usually it's for me to get BBS, that means I got an uncomfortable shave. I just want it smooth and comfortable, where it ends up being sociably acceptable. I'm not looking for BBS. Quit doing that a good long while back. Here we go. Where this is, and this knot is just loaded. So I'm pretty sure, you smell that mint. Pretty sure this is going to end up going everywhere at some point. This particular bowl, I should say, I didn't buy that bowl. I won it in a drawing. Wet the Face Google Plus group. They had a drawing, and this was up for grabs, and I got it. Awesome. That's how I got started with the Distinctive Goat, as well as Roger got some beard balm from him. And he does have a shaving brush or two, if I remember right. But I'm pretty sure he sold out of the bowls, so if he's going to be, might send him a message, let him know if you want one. That way he knows there's a demand for making more of them. We'll go ahead and, let's see here, yeah. I don't know if you can see it or not. That number's etched in there. That's number 5. First pass. Temperature wise here today, it's going to get pretty warm. I think it's today or tomorrow. The heat index is supposed to be around 100. Or the temperature is supposed to be close to 100. Either way, it's going to be hot. So, nice cool shaves are what I'm looking for. I like them during the winter too, but yeah, definitely something cool. Not quite used to the heat just yet. Not that I ever do get used to it. There is a blade feel at setting 5 with this derby blade. It doesn't feel bad, but it is there. That's the reason why I think some people might be okay starting out with a setting 5, but if you're not used to much of an aggressive shave, I would dial it down to at least start out with a 3 and see how that works with you. And definitely use your most favorite blade. I wouldn't start with the feather blade. That first shave to me it's just kind of harsh. But I do have shavers that the feather blade does work well, especially if you got a mild shaver. An Edward Jagger D89 perhaps might be one. Can't remember the exact model number of the Merkur. I think anyhow it's like the 1904/6. It's the open comb that I have. Feather blade works great in that shaver, as well as like a Baltic. Do you like Baltic? Depending on where you like your settings, Parker variant would be another one that would be a good one to use a feather blade and get the settings right for you. Your mileage may vary, you know how it goes. Alright, before my eyes are getting old, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and get right down to, my hands are wet, there we go. Last time it didn't take that long, it just took a real quick. When your hands get wet, things get a little slick on that adjustable dial. That is something to keep in mind. There is knurling on it, but it's not an aggressive knurling where it's really pointed. It's been smoothed out just a tad bit, where it doesn't feel rough on the hands. I understand the reason why they did that, but once your hands get wet, it's for me it's kind of hard to grab a hold of. What I'm really hoping for, and probably what I will do at some point in time here pretty soon, is leave a comment on their webpage and give them my constructive criticism, thoughts, where some improvements could be made. But even at that though, for me, since I use feather blades from time to time, you get a razor along with it. I thought it was as it goes for a deal, it's a pretty good deal, but that shaver won't be for everybody. If you shave every like 3 or 4 days, you get some growth. You can see Don's video. It won't hold up to cleaning out very well. If you're a daily shaver like I am, yeah, it'll clean out all right. You can kind of see a lot of that. The soap will end up on the bottom side of the shaver, so as it goes for soap, it goes just fine. But if you got long whiskers you're trying to get rid of, it'll clog that blade up. It won't work well for you. In other words, you can tell by Don's. I can tell when he was, yeah, that's not a good deal. Having to open it up and clean it out every time, and it takes a wee bit of effort to get it cleaned out. Yeah, not a good shave. Good shaving experience, I should say. This is on setting 3. I can tell the difference. I was kind of concerned when I first got it if that was part of the issue, was perhaps the adjustment wasn't moving like it should. And as far as I could tell, it is. I just don't know that if maybe these settings are set a bit higher than what we are accustomed to. But I can tell you that the setting 3 is a big difference between 3 and 5. Using this derby blade, a lot smoother. The reason why I think tomorrow's shave with 3, 2, and 1 using those settings will probably be a very smooth, comfortable shave. And I'll probably end up going with a Persona blade. That's one of my go-to blades. Treat Falcon works well for me too. Also the Lord Cool Teflon coated one. I really enjoy some of these blades I've got. Match them up with the right shaver, works just fine, but I've got some that are just, they work well no matter what you use them in. Unfortunately, feather does not work well for me on all my shavers. In other words, it's not my go-to blade. I just use it in a few of my shavers. Have a good time with them. Alright, down to setting 1 for the next pass. It is nice to see the Q-Shave and WeSheet getting together though and collaborating, come up with a shaver. I hope they don't quit on this one. Make some tweaks to it, modifications, adjustments, whatever. Be a shame to come out with a shaver like this and, I guess you might say, not make some tweaks to it, some improvements. It would be nice. I'd appreciate it, and I know I would. Because that $50, that puts it down in a lot more affordable price range than $200 or so. For me, that's just, excuse me, paying that much for a shaver. I have a hard time doing that budget-wise. And plus, in my mind, it seems a bit expensive. When I've got shavers that cost under $20 to give me outstanding shaves, you know, it's it's kind of hard to do that. I understand that some of them are well made and they'll last you a good long while, but these ones I got for $20 or less, they've been around for 50 plus years, so I'm expecting they're going to do just fine. Pass number 3 on setting 1. I can feel or hear just a bit of a feedback. It is what you would expect with a setting 1. Right through there where it's kind of densely populated and the whiskers are pretty thick, I could hear some feedback there. But the blade is still there, you can still feel it. Thinking maybe that's what it is. Is that even though this is an adjustable razor, the settings are set a bit more aggressive than what we're accustomed to having. At least it does feel that way. I know with some shavers, adjustables, you got to pay attention to that knob, make sure it doesn't loosen up on you throughout your shave. I haven't had any issues with that, but maybe it's the way I'm holding the razor also. I'm definitely still cutting whiskers on setting 1, so it's not that mild. But I can still feel that blade though, even with it being a derby blade. This shave is a lot better, which I expected. I already, like I said off camera, I already did the most aggressive shave once before. And yeah, I expect tomorrow's shave to be a much better shave. Not that this one was bad, just I think that 5 setting, still for some folks, I think it might be a touch too high for some. Thinking 3 might be the better place to start. Depending, like I say, what kind of a shave you're looking for. For me, just, you know, smooth, comfortable, no cuts, nicks, weepers. I think I've got some shaving cream way up there. Post-shave feel for this soap. Feels pretty good. Moisturized. Yeah, feels pretty good. I've got a few of James's soaps and never had any issues with them. They always performed well. If you're wondering about the container, that was a tin, and he does have some in plastic tubs. So if you're not a fan of the tin, he does have for some in plastic tubs, if you think that's going to work better for you. Face feels really good. I like that soap. Might be one of my favorites from him. Probably will be. A nice cool shave. If I remember right also, yeah, this Spearmint soap contains a menthol also, so that ought to go well with the aftershave balm because it contains menthol also. And if you really wanted to top things off, I guess you could say, could follow it up with snake bite or something like that. Just to put a topper on it, huh? Face feels, just a little bit of stinging, not a whole lot, just a little bit. Pretty decent shave, a lot better than yesterday's, that's for sure. Well, my face was on fire with that alum block. But I have to say, I had a pretty close shave yesterday. I get a little dry right up here, so I try to pay attention to it from time to time. And my wife's been using this too, I found out. it was kind of funny. She didn't let me know she was using it, and when I walked by I saw her using it and she fessed up that she'd been using it. Get some aftershave balm here. First time using it, so I don't know if, you know, how this is going to work out. Little goes a long way, whatever the case might be. So probably starting out with a bit too much. We're going to see how this works. Smell the menthol. Jamie, I seen him post on Google Plus, and seen him using it. Yeah, this is entirely too much, I can tell already. This is almost, it's been a moment, I mean a good long moment since I used After. I would say it's almost the consistency of After. I get, oh, the menthol. This might dry a little bit where it doesn't look quite as shiny. Yeah, definitely a cooling effect. Probably could follow up with Barbasol aftershave also. Would be another good one. Now if you're wondering about Barbasol and you live here in the States, for me the only place I can find it without going online is at Dollar General. And I have not seen the Pacific Rush of recent history, which is the blue one. The green one is still available, it seems like. The rumor was that they're not going to make the blue one anymore, and you can pick it up for, I got mine for $1.75. It might be $1.95 nowadays, but when I got it, I got several. I got four bottles, 2 of each. Yeah, this is a wee bit much to be starting out with. So we're going to go to the head with this. I normally do this sort of thing off camera, especially on the first try. Boy, that menthol, the cooling sensation, this is great. Matter of fact, I think what I might do is after the next time I mow the grass, take a shower, put this on. It does say ice cold, so there you go. I do not know what I'm going to do with the rest of this. I guess I'm going to put it on my arms. At any rate, I'll shut this video off. I had a great shave. It was pretty good. I have to say that 5 for me is about as high on a regular basis I'd want to go. I might try a 4 one day. Tomorrow I'll find out. I'll videotape the shave with the 3, 2, 1 setting. See how that goes. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves. Try not to get this all over everything.